Suburban Sentinel here, along with Bella the camera cat, my faithful companion here. And she's now taking up most of the screen. Somewhere behind Bella is a Ruger GP100, and the purpose of this brief video is a reply to Russo Primero's question regarding left-handed shooters' use of the Ruger GP100 revolver with a laser. So I'm going to stop the camera here and try to move the cat. She's a real camera hog, and see if we can get down to business. Bella's not quite ready to move yet, so let's address the specific issue. The question is whether a left-handed shooter would block the emitter from the laser diode because the lasers are configured for what would essentially be right-handed shooters, with the laser on the right side of the gun when viewed from the rear. Potentially it's the same type of problem that lefties face when using rifles and carbines that eject to the right, which is the vast majority of them. However, in this case with the Ruger GP100, I have no difficulty using this particular firearm when equipped with a laser. So let's get down to business here. You got to move, Bells. Okay, now that Bella's back in her dressing room, we have a 4-inch Ruger GP100 chambered in .357 Magnum with Crimson Trace brand laser grips. And this particular grip is a front activation. Let me get this closer into the camera. Hopefully this will focus. You can see there's a little tiny button in there, and that's activating the laser. You can kind of see it glaring off the bottom of the cylinder. So that's what we're talking about. So let's bring this into sharper focus. Okay, so we have our GP100 here, and this gun has been previously safety checked, but we'll do it once again. The barrel is clear and the cylinder is clear. So here we have the GP100. I have it in my strong hand. Bella, get out of the way. Thank you. Pets are wonderful. Anyway, I have a nice high grip on the revolver, right in the middle of the webbing of my hand. And what I prefer to do is rest my thumb on top of the laser module. Let me get a close-up in here. The laser module sits just here on the right side of the gun. So what I like to do is rest my strong side thumb on top of the laser module and my weak hand thumb below it, just touching up against the bottom of the laser module. The angle's a little weird, but you can't see it on camera, but the laser is illuminated and it's not at all being interfered with by my grip. This is my preferred grip on this particular handgun, and it works out pretty well. I'm not a sharpshooter by any stretch, but I do okay center of mass with this grip. Let me move it to a slightly different angle so you can kind of see how I shoot with this thing. And again, I'm not interfering with the laser at all. It's illuminated as we speak. Now, I'm not sure if this is technically the correct grip or a tactical grip or whatever, but it does work for me, and it's quite comfortable as well. So there you have the GP100 and the cat. As an aside, the type of grip I use on the GP100 allows me to also use my strong side thumb to cock the revolver, if so desired. While we're here, let's also take a look at the GP100's little brother. This is the Ruger SP101, also chambered in .357 Magnum. And this particular handgun is also sporting a similar Crimson Trace front activated red laser. Again, we'll do a quick safety check. Barrel is empty and the cylinder is empty. And as you can see here, let's see if the camera will focus up. We have the laser module on the right side of the gun. And I think you can see the illuminator. And the little front button, very similar to the GP100. And the cat's very interested in this. Come on, Bells. All right, now that the cat's out of the way, this revolver is substantially smaller than that 4-inch GP100, but I do use a similar grip. I let my thumb ride kind of half-cocked on top of the laser module, so it's out of the way, and then I just grip kind of underneath it with my right thumb. And again, not interfering with the laser module at all. It's activated now, even though you can't see it on camera. Again, I'm not sure if this is what an instructor would call a terrific textbook grip or a tactical grip or whatever you want to call it, but this is the grip I shoot with on this smaller revolver, and it works for me. It doesn't block the laser. Finally, we have here a Smith & Wesson 38 Special Airlight. This is the titanium J-frame in 38. And again, this gun is safety checked, nothing in the barrel, and the cylinder is clear, and the cat is back. And once again, this is equipped with a laser very similar to the ones on the GP and the SP. And let's see if we can back this out a little bit without the cat getting in the way. And this is a little bit smaller than the Ruger SP101. Certainly a lot lighter, but it's just a little bit smaller, and I use a similar grip as well. Basically my strong side thumb on top of the laser and my weak side thumb sitting underneath and kind of resting up against the laser without putting any pressure on it. And even though you can't see it on camera, well, you may be able to see it on camera. I think you can see the emitter glaring off the cylinder. I am not at all interfering with the laser beam. Again, I'm not sure if this is technically a good grip or not, but it works for me on all 3 revolvers. So let's get them all back. So there we have it, how a dedicated southpaw can survive in a right-handed world, at least with respect to revolvers. The important things are, 1, to have a good solid grip that allows you to shoot well, and 2, make sure that you are not only clear of the laser module, but to make sure that you stay or keep your fingers away from the cylinder gap, because you don't want this big old 357 spitting fire out the side with your fingers there. I'm sure that will wake you up at the very least. So Russo, I hope you find this helpful, and I hope this was of some use to all you other gun enthusiasts out there, especially you lefties. Remember that only lefties are in their right mind. This is the Suburban Sentinel and Bella the Camera Cat saying, shoot safely, everybody.